Hey guys, Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and you have found your way to Mortgage Sense with Kevin, a common sense approach to mortgages. Again, I'm Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and I've got a very, very special young lady with me that I have been waiting to get on our show because, well, you know what? You're just going to find out. Miss Whitney Harvey with Real Estate Partners. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So here's the deal. Okay. Excuse me. I started this thing 9 years ago with our radio show. Okay. 5 years ago, I turned it into a podcast. And about 6 months ago, I completely revamped the channel. Okay. And it is exploding for us because of different things that we're doing, like having you on here. And then we're going to come back one day this week and we're going to do one of your listings.
Yes.
So that has really worked for us. But here's the deal. I started this because I wanted to expose the games that are in the business, Whitney. I wanted to talk about the real things that go on both sides of our business. All right. But to me, most important is who is Whitney Harvey. Tell us about you, and you can be as detailed as you want to. This is your dime.
Um, I'm like, I am an equestrian, so I have horses. Um,
How many horse,
Obviously,
how many horses do you have?
I have four. I used to have
Just,
seven.
just four.
Yeah, I'm like, the seven was a lot. Um, I enjoy anything outdoors, especially side by side, four wheelers, things like that. I learned to wake surf for the first time. I actually stood up and without the rope this year. Um,
Nice.
that's about it. An entrepreneur, of course,
And you've been in real estate just a little bit. You're in your
just a little bit.
you're in your 10th year now, right?
Yes. Yep.
How did you get into real estate?
So I was actually in school for nuclear engineering, and I'd switched because I've always thought like I love the background behind nuclear science, but chemical equations just aren't for me, and I've known that. But I was like, well, I still want to try. Um, so then I switched to civil because math, I'm a lover of math. And from there, I went to a night class and I was 17 because I went and took on my like first year classes in high school. And it was just a bunch of businessmen getting out of like their day job. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I can do this. It's super intimidated at that age. So my dad said, hey, you'd be a good realtor. Anyways, and I was like, what? Never thought about any of that. And then went to school or went to trees and then found out I absolutely loved it. And then my mom also, it always said, like, you need to work with children or elderly people, like, taking care of them. And
Right.
in a way, I feel like, I do take care and like hold hands with my clients, throughout the process. So,
It is amazing how close that we get with our people,
oh, yeah.
because you spend a great deal of time with them. And we spend an hour or so on the very beginning, and then throughout the process there's a lot of conversations. But there's something about what I call windshield time and actually meeting and going out and looking through homes because buying a home is, as you know, it's so personal.
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
and I've got the coughs. I'm sorry. Um, it's just, and it made me think about young people and old people, or kids and old people. Um,
The
it's amazing. I don't
main
know.
thing is patience. I think that's what she was getting at is I have a niche for patience and being able to guide someone and assist, like almost like help them learn or like
Right.
whatever it may be, no matter what kind of situation. Those
That's
were just her words.
those were, well. I think it turned out pretty good. I
Oh,
think it
yeah.
turned out pretty good.
Yeah,
So
she was a skeptic. She was a skeptic. Mom was like, yeah, but that's commission based only. Like, she's like, Winnie, are you sure? You want to do this? There's a high probability you're going to struggle. And I was like, no, I'm doing the dang thing.
nice. So just never look back.
Yep.
You never look back.
Yeah, and
That
then now she loves to hear about. She's like, "Oh, you had a closing?" Like, I'll keep her like kind of in touch, or like if I have like a big success story, or she knows the person or something like that,
right.
she gets all excited.
Well, as a dad and as a grandfather, I know they're proud. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a student of success. Okay. I've been doing this, been the mortgage side of the business. I'm in my 24th year, but and it blows my mind that I'm even saying this. I've been working now 45 years. And I read all the time, Whitney. I read all kinds of books. In fact, a little shout out. I mean, I'm a, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, born and raised in Dallas, been here in Chattanooga for 31 years now, but I'm still a Cowboy fan. And I start my day every morning, take my dog out, get her fed, I get my coffee, she gets back up in my lap, and I read. The very first thing I read is about the Dallas Cowboys. I read everything on there, and I get all kinds of inspiration from there because there's something about either professional athletes or professionals that are in different fields
Right.
that we can learn from. And
Yeah.
so I want to hear what makes Whitney special. Okay. Let me pose it this way.
I'm like, that's a great question.
There's 25, 3,000 agents here in Chattanooga, North
Right.
Georgia area. Okay. Somebody's looking to sell their home or somebody's looking to buy a home. Why should they call you?
So I think I got this characteristic trait from horses, like in showing horses and stuff like that. You know, it's you're dealing with, a 1,200-pound animal that has a mind of its own. You have to be very genuine, caring, full communication as you're like, whatever class you're showing. But also, there's a lot of perseverance and courage in there. And there might be a house that not moving. There's going to be some agents who are like, yeah, we'll just sit on the back burner versus I'm over here trying to get to the bottom of it. Like, what's going on? So, example, I have a horse that has really bad asthma and got diagnosed 2 years ago. Went to UT emergency visit. They're actually a lot cheaper than like a house call. He stayed for 3 days, but I'm still continuing to look into new different alternatives for his health. Like, I had an equine acupuncture person come out yesterday and do acupuncture, and it was super cool. Like, he even had some swelling go down in his eyes because, like, whenever you're allergic to things, like your eyes
Right.
kind of swell up. So
Right.
I could say the same thing goes for like my clients. If one thing doesn't work, I'm gonna work my damnedest to figure out another way.
You know, I've been doing this a long time, and I asked that question. That's probably the hardest question that I ask. And I had somebody turn it on me one time and ask me, and it put me on the spot. And I was thinking, yeah, I don't know. But you know what? I've never had an answer that way. Never had an answer that way. The fact that you're talking about a 1,200-pound animal that is got a mind of its own, I don't even want to admit this. I can't remember the show. It was somebody Amy, a horse show that we watched. Um,
Heartland probably, but I haven't
Heartland.
watched it. I haven't watched it. Somebody asked me about that the other day.
Yeah, I mean, and we really, and there was something to said about really being connected to that horse, and that's interesting. That is so cool, uh,
Hmm.
because you have to be real. Because
Yeah.
I've ridden horses before, and
Oh yeah, they
they're
feel every emotion, every fear. You don't even have to vocalize it. You can pretend like you're confident, and that horse is going to feel every single thing. And I think the same thing goes for people. Like, I can read off of body language. My clients, for the most part, unless they're new clients and I'm just getting a feel for them, they can walk in a house and I know that like they absolutely love it. And that'll be the house that I ask the question. It's like, okay, but how do y'all feel? Any final thoughts? And sometimes I'll even be like, we have time. Go home, talk about it, pros, cons list, and then come back to me. But, it's all off body language and tapping into those senses of being able to feel the room out, feel your environment. Same thing, feeling the animal. Because I could tell whenever I get on a horse, like, if it's going to be a wild ride or not. Like, he's real tense, like, and then like calming, and same thing, like calming clients and horses' nerves and doing those right steps and stuff.
That is so very strong. And I learned something a long time ago, and it plays well with this. We can either add fuel to a fire, or
Mm-hmm.
we can be the calming force. Okay.
Right.
Because I know, and you know, I mean, this is a very stressful, buying a home is very stressful.
It's very emotional.
It's very emotional. Okay. But we also know that there's no real estate emergencies. Okay.
Right.
They
That's the
feel
hardest
like
part.
them. They feel like them. But our clients are going to take their cues from us.
Right.
Okay. And it's a matter of being able to be calm, take care of the situation, find a solution for the situation, and then move forward. Uh, Lady, you got it in spades. I am so excited for you. This is really cool. Let's
And
do.
that was like a off the draw answer.
Oh,
So,
I know, but that's what makes it even better. Okay, I didn't prepare you for this. I
yep.
told you. I told you I wasn't going to prepare you for this. All right, so let's do this. We're going to come back, and I know Josh is going to get with you to schedule because we've got a couple listings that we want to do. Um, what's the best way for people to find you?
You can go on Facebook, Instagram. I would say those are the two big ones because you have your call button, calls me directly. You can get my cell phone number, or I mean, like all, email, everything, website. Or you can directly reach out at my phone number.
Okay.
Or I'm like, I could tell that, or
Oh, absolutely. I
I'm
want you
like
to.
four two
Absolutely.
three 316 4543. And if you've known me for a while, I've had it since high school.
That's fantastic. I love this. I just love this. Well, if you want numbers on homes, if you want to talk about financing, you can reach me at it's kevinblairteam.com. You can go to the About page. It's right up there. Fill out a short form. It'll come right to me, and I will personally call you. If you like this kind of information, hit like, hit subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what, Whitney? Thank you so much. I want to do this again. I do. I want to hear more about this because now you got my mind racing, is thinking about the correlation with this. Congratulations on your success. Okay.
Thank you.
Um, it's really cool to watch, and I hope to be a part of it one day. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.